numbers. 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Big numbers.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's go. 18 Gator. 6-6. Pull it high.
Let's go, defense. And here we go. Slam, slam, slam. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Sit.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Saquon Barkley, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On the run, it's Barkley. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10. Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Jones operating from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage,
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott, and he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a short gain here, down to the 22. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the counter, Elliott. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kareem Martin in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Pardon me, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Penny. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Down. 94.
Watch the pass.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Hey, that's good. He's coming. Double up.
Fight.
Double up.
2.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jones will get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Riley Dixon now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Here's Austin. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. This is Elliott. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now Jones, flushed out right. Open target here, Darius Slayton. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. A 1st down run by Barkley, unsuccessful, as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
At the 29-yard line.
Prescott. And this is caught by Winton, the tight end. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. 10th carry now for Elliott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5 now. Prescott, they'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions. And you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year. But he's really on the uptick. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Prescott. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And Forbath will put this one through. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. First down, Prescott. Completes it to Jason Witten. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
On second down, Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And now Jason Garrett electing for his guys to try for 2. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A first down carry for Barkley. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Jones throwing complete here to Tate. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. He's on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Jones on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, Elliott. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30 and down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Elliott. And to be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets it here. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down and 4. Prescott being chased out left. And that's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Prescott now.
Brandon with a defense.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Randall Cobb. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the set.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2 yards.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The toss out to Barkley. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Jones throwing on 4th down. He may try and run for this. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Cowboys have recovered. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, he pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Second down 6.
Again, it's Elliott. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Prescott to throw it. Rolling to his right. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And his kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so